The flasher trace. I've heard a lot from many fishers about this working, so I've been keen to try it out and I've been tying my own lately. So here is a quick and easy video on how to tie your own. Alright, so I'm just going to show you guys how to make a homemade flasher trace. So what you guys will need to start off is some 60-pound monofilament, or any size hook. I use 5-bar Mutsu circle hooks, a pair of scissors, a bobbin with some thread, and a bit of flasher material. Alright, let's get into it. It's also very handy to have a vise at home so you can hold your hook in there like that. Saves you holding it and doing it by hand. Makes it much easier to tie on. Just start by laying the tag in there and then just wrapping up the hook shank with my thread and then back down just to lock it off. And now I'm just going to cut the tag end off, and that's our base layer done, so our flasher material can actually grip to the hook. When wrapping, I take extra care and make sure that my wraps are nice and close to each other and nice and tight. You don't want your wraps too loose, as it won't look good and won't hold as well as you want it to. Once I've done enough wraps to cover the hook shank, I then cut the tag end off, and then we're ready to wrap our flasher material on. As you can see, I've just cut it nice and close. Now we're ready to put our flasher material on. I start by measuring out how much flasher material I want on my hook, and then I simply cut it off. Feel free to use any type of flasher material in any colour you want, as it's up to you and how you want it. I then lay the flasher material against the hook shank and start wrapping until it is nice and securely on there. Alright, so I've just laid my flash material on and I've just done a first layer of wrap on it. It will look messy to start with, but that'll all get wrapped over. I just keep wrapping till all that flash material has all disappeared, and you'll get the long bits that don't disappear, and we'll just cut them off later on. When I'm satisfied that I've done enough wraps and there is no flasher material sticking through the thread, I then lock it off with a series of half hitches that I'll show you soon. There we go, I've just wrapped over it. Can't really see much more material sticking out of there. So we're pretty much ready to lock it off now. When I lock it off, I do a half hitch, twist it, and put it over the eye so it comes back down onto your thread, and that just locks it all off so this can't unspool. I do that once, and then I do another one, and then I do it 3 times, just so you get a nice secure little knot finish. I then cut the tag end off, and then I'm ready to snell my 60-pound trace onto my hook. Yeah, I got my finished little knot there. So now my flash is securely on the hook and it's not coming off. when I'm wrapping my thread down my hook, I wrap my thread down the hook about 10 mil, and that I find that's plenty. 10 mil down from the eye of the hook. So I've got my 10 mil of thread, my flesher, 5 bar Mutsu hook, and now I'm just going to snell it on. Got my 60-pound trace. Just go through the eye of the hook and down just past the flesher and grip it there, and then I just start wrapping down the hook, yeah, like that. And I do this until get to the end of the thread, which is about, I don't know, 11 or 12 turns, and I just bring my trace into my trace line, back and through the eye of the hook, like so, and then pull that through. Yeah, and pull that nice and tight. And there we go. And the final product should look something like this.